Hey, it's James Raby. We have to say something here, but I don't want to say much. Thanks for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show, Radio On Demand podcast. Love you. Morning on Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. I'm James Raby, and MASH magazine says Stovetop Stuffing has stuffing pants for Thanksgiving. Apparently they did it first time in 2017. They're dark red, have an image of stuffing around the stretchy waistband. The pants have extra large pockets. That's what's new this time. The extra large pockets, tapered legs will be available on Amazon.com starting tomorrow. And I just want to say, to me, that's a smile of the day. Because it gets me thinking about Thanksgiving dinner and everyone around the table having a good time, eating our fill. And stuffing. One of the greatest things. You add a little bit of gravy to that. Oh, mother. Looking forward to it. It is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show.
This is Y105.
Perfect day of snow. I think today would be it. Our high is going to be around 33. It is snowing. It's going to be snowing a lot today, but not a ton of accumulation. Right now, it is 29. Hi, it's James Raby on Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. You want to see stories about the snow and what happened yesterday because of it? Just check the Y105 FM app. Right now, we're talking about the things that you talk about at Thanksgiving dinner, the stories you tell every single year, and you always laugh about it. Patty, you're first. Let's hear it.
I never went anywhere without my St. Bernard. I've always had St. Bernard, so I never went anywhere without it. So my mother and father planned a huge family get-together, and she worked all day and cooked this big 27-pound turkey, and while we were in the family room visiting, my St. Bernard took it off the table and ate the whole thing.
Wow.
There was nothing left but a few little bites, and my dad said, well, it looks like we're having mashed potatoes and gravy. And what was so funny is we were right in the family room, and nobody noticed or nobody heard it. Mom's just set it on the table to come in to tell everybody it was time to eat, and it was gone.
That is funny.
My mom said it was the biggest turkey she was so proud because it was the biggest turkey she'd ever fixed, and she thought it was so beautiful. It was so glazed. It's just lovely, but nothing left. No turkey for Thanksgiving.
That is just hilarious. Thank you for calling that in. And Mia, you have a story I've been dying to put on the air. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
My cousin came one time, and he had been drinking prior to coming to the get-together, and so he introduced his new fiancée to everyone as his ex-wife. He called her his ex-wife's name and told everybody, this is my ex-wife I brought to the Thanksgiving. And we're all like, no, I thought that was the fiancé. They didn't even look alike, didn't even have the same first name. He just kept saying, no, that's not me. No, that's not me. And he just kept going on and on. You know, just that's her, and that was her name, and it was just, everybody was just like appalled. My grandmother especially. She kept saying, honey, Jeff, honey, that's not her name, is it? That's really not her name, is it? She doesn't look the same. My grandma was older, but she thought perhaps it was his ex-wife. And it wasn't just one person. It was like everybody he introduced her to. This is my ex-wife. This is her name. And it wasn't even close.
That is just so wonderful. Thank you for calling that in, Mia. Do you have a story you'd like to tell about, what you tell every Thanksgiving? Would love to hear that story on Y105 FM, 507-292-1053.
Visiting Angels is looking for home helping.
And this is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. I'm James Raby. Yeah, we got snow today and tomorrow, but yeah, that's winter. It's going to make Thanksgiving look really pretty. And speaking of Thanksgiving, here on the Y105 FM Early Morning Show, the conversation this morning is about the stories you tell every Thanksgiving. And Mike, you have one.
Grandma's house on the farm, she had a bunch of chickens and ducks and one big old turkey. Mm-hmm. She called it Chuck or Chester or something weird like that. That turkey only liked Grandma, so I'd go out there and I'd chase the chickens around, and that turkey would chase me and claw me up.
Yeah.
However, it was mean to everybody. My cousin came over to show Grandma her new car, and the turkey attacked her. Oh, it was just scratching it and pecking at the door. There were scratch marks all over the door. Brand new car, just scratched it all up, scratched the hood up, pecking at it. It was nice as could be to Grandma, though.
Mike, thanks. Wonderful ending. It's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. And Ellen, you got a story for us you tell every year around Thanksgiving.
It happened to my dad when he was younger. And they lived in an area that was fairly rural. There was some woods nearby, so there was a lot of different wildlife that came up all the time.
Sure.
And he was like turkey hunting, doing his thing. And the thing about turkeys is they're really, really stupid, but they can hear anything. So if you make the smallest movement, they'll run. So he's like trying to be as still as he possibly can. He's like got his eye on a turkey. And then he heard something behind him, but he doesn't want to move because he's got his eye on his turkey and he doesn't want to like scare it off.
Right.
Feels pecking at his foot. And he's like, okay, so I know exactly what's going on, but I can't move because my dad will be disappointed if I miss this turkey. The turkey ended up stealing his shoe, and he never got it back. My dad lost his shoe because the turkey stole it.
That is great, and didn't get the turkey, so disappointed his dad. That's hilarious. You're listening to Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Thanks for calling that in, Ellen. I appreciate it. Why is Google writing a massive check to Minnesota? You'll find out in the Y105 FM Early Morning Show News Minute next.
This is Y105 FM.
Google has reached a settlement with Minnesota and 39 other states worth nearly $400 million. Good morning. This is the Y105 FM Early Morning Show News Minute. I'm James Raby. Yep, we got a chance of snow today. Will it end soon? Find out in about a minute. Minnesota will receive $8.25 million in the largest multi-state privacy settlement in U.S. history. Starting in at least 2014, Google broke consumer protection laws by misleading users about the collection and use of their location data. Yeah, what? Local news you'll find on the Y105 FM app. A Rochester man charged with robbing 2 Rochester convenience stores earlier this year entered guilty pleas to 3 robbery cases in Austin. A Sturtville man's trial on sexual misconduct charges was canceled yesterday morning when he entered into a last-minute plea agreement. And a Byron woman is out nearly $4,000 after she reportedly fell victim to a work-from-home scam. And the rabies shot. It's not often I give candy a rabies shot, but the folks that make gummy bears, Haribo, they get one. A German man found a $4.7 million check made out to Haribo candy maker. Turned it in, and their reward was wildly just so generous. 6 bags of candy. 6 bags of candy. And I know, we don't do good things to get a reward. I know. But it's a multi-billion-dollar international corporation. And all they gave him for being a good dude was, hey, here's some candy. I'll bet he even gave him that sugar-free stuff that you've heard about on Amazon.com. Oh, my gosh. Have you heard about that stuff? Oh! Y105 FM weather for today. Oh, we got snow. Snow. High should be around 33. I think it's the perfect kind of winter day, though. Because the snow is kind of light. It's not causing too much trouble, except for doughheads that have forgotten how to drive since last year. High around 33 today. Y105 FM weather for tonight. Snow till about 1 a.m. A low should be 27. And then tomorrow there's a good chance of snow. More snow. A high around 33. But again, no massive accumulation. So not a huge chunk of shoveling. Brushing off the car was super easy this morning. It is 28. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find some of those sugar-free gummy bear reviews, because if you have not heard the reviews that are on Amazon, they are outstanding. Give me about 12 minutes. We'll get them up here on Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. If you would love to meet Backstreet Boys, yeah, you can do that. The BSB and Me and NYC giveaway. The next code word comes up at 9 a.m. this morning. It's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. I'm James Raby. And during the rabies shot this morning, I talked about how the Haribo company, I think that's how you say it, German company that makes candy, makes the gummy bears, how a guy turned in a $4.7 million check made out to them that he found. And the reward was 6 bags of candy. That's it. Just 6 bags of candy. And I'm not saying you do good things to get rewards, but come on. You're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You can afford more than 6 bags of candy. Well, it got me thinking maybe he's lucky he got off with just a few bags of candy, because they could have given him huge quantities of the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. And I realized maybe you've never seen those reviews. Oh, my gosh. On Amazon, the reviews for the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears are out of this world. They cause some intestinal distress, all right? So let's go through just one. The very first one I think that it was ever posted. See you in HE double toothpicks, Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. Gave him 1 out of 5 stars. From the U.S., June 5th, 2015. After a late-night study session, I felt confident, but I had to decide between sleeping in or cooking breakfast. My eyelids chose sleep. My stomach later regretted this decision, and after several uncomfortable stomach growls, I finally decided to make a quick stop by the campus bookstore and grab a snack before my test. Since the semester was ending and everyone was going home for the summer, a lot of items were on sale, including the snacks and candy that they keep up front. Being in the hungry state I was in, I felt only logical. It was only logical to pick the largest yet least expensive candy to get more bang for my buck. And there they were. There they sat, 2 bags of Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. Buy one, get one free. What a deal! I thought naively. I would eat 1 bag before my test and 1 bag afterwards. A veritable smorgasbord, right? As I walked to class, I gleefully chewed on those abominable little jerks, unaware of the utter mayhem that they would soon unleash upon my poor, poor body. I sat down at my desk as the professor informed us that due to issues with cheating, in the past, restroom breaks would be prohibited until the completion of the exam. I'll give you 10 minutes to use the restroom now. This will be your last chance. Any takers? Well, the demon bears hadn't released their unholy attack upon my stomach yet, so in my moment of ignorant foolishness, I remained seated, still munching on those miniature bear-shaped bombs. After the students, wise enough to take the professor's offer, had returned, the professor handed out the test. I was 6 questions in when it happened. It started subtly at first, almost like a slight tingly sensation in my lower abdomen. I thought, that's nothing. You know, my intestines are just doing their thing. Little did I know that my intestines were trying desperately to warn me of the horror that was on the horizon. I swear this is all real. By question 9, it happened again, but this time it was followed by a sharp pain. It was at this point I began to panic. Something was going horribly wrong, and I needed to get through this test before it got any worse. Well, trust me, it gets much worse. Much, much worse, and far too descriptive for me to keep going on this one. So just search sugar-free Haribo gummies, and it'll come up. Seriously. Another review, also 1 out of 5. This is a cautionary tale, and unlike most of the other reviews on this product, this is a true story, and its authenticity can be qualified by a small news item that appeared in the Toronto Star's local news section during the month of April in 2013, much to my chagrin. Every single negative review of this is all about the abominable snowman of gastric distress that occurred when people ate these gummy bears. And it is so funny, your eyes will water. You will cry. You will have a stomach ache when you're done reading them. I promise you that. And, oh, my gosh, they're just – and it's not like they're all gross funny. No, it's just the way people write these reviews, it's outstanding. And there are a bunch of positive reviews for the gummy bears. But I suspect that perhaps the ones telling the story of the whoosh, the tidal waves of trouble, I think they're the ones telling the truth. It's just my feeling. It's just my gut. I'm not going to try it. Good Lord. I don't want any more reason to spend time in the bathroom. You're listening to Y105 FM's early morning show. Again, just search Gummy Bears, Haribo, and sugar-free. It's like the first 10 things that'll come up on the Googles. It is Y105 FM's early morning show. I'm James Raby, about to kick off the 8 a.m. All Music Hour, and your first chance at 9 a.m. to win the BSB and Me in NYC. It just happened. In the news, we talked about how a guy gave back a $4.7 million. What I am about to say to you is a great lyric in that song. Holy smokes, because you still look perfect as days go by, even the worst ones. You make me smile. I'd stop the world if it gave us time. Oh, it's so nice. Lucas Graham is not the name of the singer. It is the name of the group, and Love Someone on Y105 FM's early morning show, the 8 a.m. All Music Hour. We kick it off every single weekday starting at about 7:55, sometimes a little earlier. All right, now, are you ready for some major Hollywood news? I don't usually do Hollywood news, but oh my gosh. New York Post says Nick Cannon became a father again over the weekend. His girlfriend, Abby De La Rosa, welcomed their third child. The paper says it's Nick's 11th child. He posted, Mommy, you make it all look so easy and effortless, but I'm forever indebted to your tireless work of constant dedication, diligent effort, and selfless love that you give our children and myself. Beautiful is privileged to have such a loving and spiritually inclined mother. Now, he's expecting one more kid with another one soon. He says to the Neighborhood Talk, which is a tabloid, he spends more than $3 million a year on child support, and he says he doesn't do it through the government. He says it's agreements he has with apparently each woman. He says, I don't want the government involved. I'm taking care of my business. I got to say, that's good. Hollywood Life says the Chili's restaurant chain jabbed at Nick Cannon kind of funny over the weekend. When he announced he was expecting his 12th child, they said, don't worry, Nick Cannon, we don't limit kids' meals. Nick responded, cool, we're going to need 12 orders of the baby back ribs. Oh, that's funny. That is too good. And Henry Winkler tells CNN he is a fool for not taking the lead role in the movie Grease. I had no idea he was offered it. He says, I'm a fool. I only realized years afterwards. I thought, I'm tired of playing the Fonz. I don't want to do it again. So I go home and I have a Coke. John Travolta, who did the movie, yeah, he goes home and he buys a plane. I don't really think Henry Winkler has a major complaint in life, but anyway, it's Y105 FM's early morning show.
This is Y105 FM.
So rabies shots. Rabies shots are dough heads in the news. I got a few here for you. The rabies shot first given to a candy company. You know, the company that makes gummy bears, Haribo? Well, a guy in Germany, in fact, a German, found a check on the sidewalk, $4.7 million. Brought it back to Haribo. And they gave him a reward. Oh, Achtung, you're great, whatever they said. Here is 6 bags of candy. Now, I don't know if the guy wanted more reward, and I don't think you get a reward just because you do a good thing. But come on, 6 bags of candy? Cheapos would think all the money they make on those little delicious gummy bears, because they are the best gummy bears, hands down. And do you remember that there was a protester who egged King Charles last week? You know, there was. He got in trouble. And finally, it went through court. And he's been banned from carrying eggs in public. He's out on bail and has been ordered to stay 500 yards away from King Charles. That's legit. But banned from carrying eggs in public. Sorry, honey, can't carry the groceries. Eggs, you know. That's not a punishment. That's a release. Oh, it is what? Am I saying it's okay to King Egg Charles? No, of course not. We shouldn't be throwing things at people. I learned that in preschool. It's Y105 FM's early morning show. Michelle has another chance for you to win the BSB and Me in NYC on Y105 FM at 2 o'clock.
Have you been looking for a checking account that fits your lifestyle?
Hey, it's James Raby. Thank you so much for listening to the Y105 FM early morning show, radio on demand podcast. I hope you'll subscribe and tune in Monday through Friday between 6 and 10 for more fun than you can shake a stick at.